2 Sports Zone Friday starts now.
Yes, greetings. Zach Klein along with Anthony Amy and DJ Shockley, and welcome into this Round 2 playoff edition of Sports Zone Friday.
Who's moving on? Who's heading home? Who's talking trash on their way to the quarterfinals? Share your thoughts with us on Facebook, WSB-TV Sports Zone, or on Twitter using the hashtag SCON2.
All right, let's get after it. Our coverage begins tonight at Tucker in the first ever meeting between two powerhouse programs. The 9-2 Tigers hosting the 10-1 Grayson Rams. Grayson getting on the board first when Chase Bryce scores from 23 yards out. Rams take an early 7-0 lead, but Tucker would quickly respond. Elijah Sullivan punches it in from 3 yards out. Extra point, no good, and it's a 7-6 ball game. In the second, same score, Sullivan again. He eventually muscles it into the end zone. Tucker wins her 10th straight game as Grayson goes down. 26-23 your final. Up next, the winner of Alpharetta and McEachern. Highlights of that game are coming up.
All right, Zach, on the other side of the 6A bracket, Archer home to play Lee County. Now, the Tigers were 11-0 last year when they were eliminated in the second round. They were not going to let that happen this time. Second quarter, the defense putting some points on the board. This 80-yard pick six. Archer will advance to the quarters for the first time in school history. Congrats, 56-13. We'll show you who the Tigers will play later in the show. Now to 5A, and Stockbridge has won every game it's played in the state except for a 7-6 loss to Luella back in September. Tigers welcome Stevenson to Henry County. And you know what? I had no issues this time.
Okay.
No issues with time or weather, cramping. I was there ready to break through the banner, overcome with emotion. Our photographer Eric happy for me as well. And then I heard a sound. They'd ripped through that paper without me.
Oh, for the season.
I was all ready. Tigers quarterback Malachi Brown ripped through the Stevenson defense on this 11-yard quarterback keeper. 7-0 Stockbridge after one. Final play of the half now. 1 second on the clock. 4th and goal from the 25. Can you believe this? Marquez Ezer gets in. 27-7. Stockbridge, for the third year in a row, advances to the quarters. The Tigers will play either Sequoia or Houston County next week.
Out here in Alpharetta, the 10-1 Raiders hosting 8-3 McEachern. Alpharetta trying to do something they have never done in the history of their program, make it into the quarterfinals of the playoffs.
Past the halfway mark of the first period. Pass right side.
Hey, Hockman with a quick slant to Tyler Smith. Smith outruns the defense and wins a 65-yard foot race to the end zone. McEachern takes a 13-0 lead. Still in the first, Hockman showing off his arm up top to DJ Ramin, who makes a great grab in stride. It's an 80-yard touchdown. McEachern snaps Alpharetta's 10-game winning streak and in the process ends their season. Up next for McEachern, Tucker in the quarterfinals. Up next, more outstanding matchups in Cobb, Fulton, and Gwinnett counties, just to name a few. Plus, we'll introduce you to our Athlete of the Year. But first, it's our McDonald Spirit Spotlight. And thanks to your votes all season long, Milton High School was selected as a student body with the most school spirit. Congratulations to the Eagles. Sports Zone Friday, back after a brief timeout.
Sports Zone Friday is brought to you in part by McDonald's. There's something for everyone at McDonald's. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. And by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places.
And welcome back, folks, for our Toyota Drive of the Week. We head back to Cantrell Stadium at McEachern High School. McEachern's Bailey Hockman executing the hurry-up offense to perfection to lead McEachern on a 58-yard scoring drive in just over a minute. Here, one of his 5 touchdown passes in the game. Wow. He now leads the state in TDs with 35 this season. He also helped McEachern come through with our Toyota Drive of the Week. All
right, and we showed you the Archer victory earlier in the show. Next up for the Tigers in the quarterfinals, the winner between Roswell and Hillgrove and Powder Springs. The Hawks scored a total of 100 points in their previous 2 games, and they kept right on rolling tonight. Second quarter, Matt Wilson is going to roll right and then throw across the field to Ethan Tolan. You're going to enjoy this. Delivers a couple of business shots on his way to the end zone. 38-28 Hillgrove wins it, so the Hawks will meet Archer in the next round.
Wow. Thousands voted on WSBTV.com for the game they wanted to see tonight. Now here's a look at our Academy Sports and Outdoors Viewers' Choice Game of the Week.
Channel 2 Viewers' Choice Game of the Week.
Yes, headed to Cartersville, where the 10-1 Purple Hurricanes hooked up with a surprise second-round team, the 7-4 Baldwin Braves. Early in the first half, Cartersville Trevor Lawrence throws a quick screen to his wideout, Terrius Callahan, and Callahan does the rest. 30 yards into the score. All Cartersville in this one as they win it by 31. Up next, Sandy Creek in the quarters as they beat Wayne County tonight 29-7.
Other than a loss on the road at Calhoun, Adairsville have been perfect this season. Tigers even scored 40 or more points in their last 6 games, but they ran into a buzzsaw in Blessed Trinity. Check out Garrett Dupuis. Dupuis very strong tonight as the Titans led 21-0 at the half. They dropped 40-plus for the 6th time in 12 games. 42-8 your final to improve to 12-0. They will meet the 12-0 Jefferson Dragons next week.
Over the 11 weeks of the regular season, we honored 11 of the best football players in the state as Athletes of the Week. Thousands of you voted for your favorite, and now it's time to announce the Montlick & Associates Athlete of the Year.
He led the state in receiving yards with 1,282. During his freshman year and sophomore year at Cherokee, they won just a single game each year. As a junior, Cherokee won 5 games, but this season, his team made the playoffs for only the 8th time in school history. This year's Montlick & Associates Athlete of the Year is Andrew Harris of Cherokee High School.
I was blessed. It's an honor to do this. There's 11 people total, and I was one of the ones to win, so it was a blessing.
He's fast, which is kind of genetics, but he's also a much bigger, more physical receiver. I mean, he came up with a lot of grabs, and we had a great quarterback and offense and great coaches that found ways to get him the ball.
And to the Cherokee County community, he's meant as much off the field as on it.
Andrew is certainly special. He mentors kids at our Kent Elementary next door. He's a community leader. He has a servant's heart.
Montlick & Associates would like to present a $5,000 check.
And on Harris's behalf, Montlick & Associates donated $5,000 to the football program.
Congrats to Cherokee High School and to Andrew Harris for being a great example of a high school athlete on and off the field. And thanks again to Montlick & Associates for their involvement with high school athletics. Up next, more 4A fun as the defending champs from Griffin look to make another step towards the Georgia Dome. The perennial power Marist was determined to end their season. But first, it is the second installment of our McDonald Spirit Spotlight. And again, congratulations to Milton High, who was voted the school with the most spirit on Friday nights. We're back, folks, right after this.
Sports Zone Friday is brought to you in part by Montlick & Associates Attorneys, protecting Georgia families for over 30 years. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day.
And welcome back to Sports Zone Friday. Our coverage continues in Griffin, where the Bears put their 26-game winning streak on the line against the War Eagles of Marist. Second quarter, Marist up 7 when Cameron Pearson takes the handoff and goes into the end zone untouched to give the Eagles a 14-point lead. And they pull off a shocker tonight. They win it by 10. 26-game winning streak over. They will now face Buford in the quarterfinals.
The deeper we go into the playoffs, we understand your attention is focused on what happens on the field, but there are some players who are performing at a very high level off of it as well. This week's Georgia Lottery Scholar Athlete is Andrew Jacone from St. Pius. The senior defensive tackle just made the all-region team. He's also a lacrosse player for the Golden Lions. Jacone lists BC Calculus as his favorite class, plans to attend Georgia Tech or Georgia, anticipates studying an engineering discipline in college.
My mom, Kathleen, was in the Air Force. She's a pilot. Now she's a commercial pilot, and so I've always been interested in flying. So, maybe an aerospace degree. Maybe work for Boeing or something like that.
And congratulations to Andrew. That's going to do it for Sports Zone Friday. For Anthony, everyone here at Channel 2, I'm Zach Klein. Thanks for joining us.